Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Harvest Moon 64. I am MegaFreak400, and, yeah, it's winter. Winter is fun. Winter is actually quite fun, and hello, people. The farm seems so lonely, and why are you people here? Seriously, this is my farm. Why are you here? I don't... Am I just the only one who thinks that it's abnormal for people to randomly walk into someone's farm, have a monologue, and then leave? I feel like that's not normal. Anyway, strawberries. Now, strawberries you can only get in winter when you have a greenhouse. I now have a greenhouse, and it is now winter, therefore I can, grow strawberries. Now, here's the thing with strawberries. They cost, 500G, and you can get 150G for each of them, and they take 6 days to grow. There's no downside to getting them, but like the only reason I got them is for the recipes, and there's like 3 recipes you can get with strawberries. Now, if you want to make sure Karen is still here too. I don't know when she exactly leaves, but you basically definitely want to make sure to. One of the recipes for her is, you know, and yes, he shouldn't be spoiling Anne. I'm the one who should be spoiling Anne. One of the recipes is, from strawberry. One of Karen's recipes is strawberries, so you want to make sure to get that from her, or her only recipe is. And if you don't get it from her, and if she decides to leave, you know, well, you know, you can't get the recipe. You have to have her like affection pretty high, I think. Like she has to be like in a green heart or something in order for her to stay without the vineyard being revived. Why did I leave? Because I've got a lot of brothers, and it's a poor town. Kai actually has the most interesting backstory of all of these characters. Definitely the more... He talks about it quite a bit. Definitely, I like him. He's kind of a cool character. And if you give an egg to Cliff in winter, when you're friends with him, he will allow you to make hunter tea. It's perfect on a cold night. Got the spiced tea. So that's another one of the recipes down. I'm getting close. I only have like the recipe for the old lady on the mountain and the 3 strawberry ones. And also, like, for whatever reason, I feel like I looked and I think Ellen's walnut recipe ended up getting like it's not there, even though I know I got it on camera. So it's odd. Something else I should mention about Ellen before I forget. I don't think it will end up happening at this point, but I'm not sure. If it does, well, you'll know about it now. But basically, she can die. Ellen is Ellie's grandmother. She can die if you talk to her like in the second spring and like she's not moving in her. I was gonna say wheelchair, but her rocking chair. If she's not moving and or if she's out on a festival day. I don't know if you have to be good friends with her for it to happen, but it does. You can either way happens. You can have a good ending with her either being alive or dead. But yeah, second spring, be wary because I think she can die at that point. So if you do like her, you know, leave her there. Which, speaking of which, one of the reasons I was giving Potpourri gifts was because, there's a few cutscenes with, like, different girls. You didn't know what snow was? Well, I guess, to be honest, depending on where you come from, you wouldn't ever see snow. I'm used to snow here. It's kind of like, it's odd how people in different regions, like in the south, they're fine with hurricanes, but they think snow would be horrible to deal with. I think it's more of just I'm used to living with snow, but I don't know. Snow doesn't cause as much disaster as I feel as hurricanes, so I feel like it's more of the better choice in the long run, personally. But anyway, there's different seeds you can get with, like, you know, having different affection with different girls. And one of them was a hot tub scene with Ellie and Potpourri, which I kind of wanted. And maybe we'll be able to get it. I don't know if that will end up happening. But, yeah, basically, it's odd. There's kind of glitches in relationships, too. With Potpourri, you have to, and then my strawberries are growing, water them with wine. But, with that one, you have to have, I think, supposedly Jeff is the one you have to be high with. So you have to have Jeff have high affection, and then Potpourri, which I think it has to be, like, green heart or something. And then you have to, like, go to the hot tub in winter. I don't know if I'll be able to get that, though, but we'll see. But, like, yeah, like, and then when you have your baby, I think, like, from, you know how, like, Anne's dad was at the birth? I think Pastor Brown, the pastor, ends up getting the affection points for that. So like there are some glitches. And look, strawberries. Look how quickly they grew. Okay, yeah. Really, like, honestly, I know I'm cutting out a lot of stuff, but like, it really, it's quite. There's not much to do in winter. At this point in the game, this is the point where like there really is a ton of stuff that it just doesn't really have anything. There's nothing worth doing at this point. The only thing I have left to do is if you fish off the docks. Oh, and I have my jam recipe from Potpourri. But if you fish off the docks on the beach, as I've been trying to do, you can get a power berry occasionally, and that is one of the power berries you can get. There's one in the mines on like lower levels, like at least 2, and that depends on luck. If you can actually get to the hole and find it. And then the other one is if you're good friends with Basil, which I don't know if I am good friends with him. I have to have like a high affection points. I don't think I really attempted to be super duper friends with him. And look, Blarg has grown up, and somehow Blarg already has medium milk, even though Blarg just grew up. So I feel like that's the one advantage to having the cow via birth as opposed to buying it. You automatically start producing medium milk from it when it grows up. Yeah, the other one is, I don't think my affection points are high enough with Basil, so those are like the 3 power berries I feel like I don't have yet. It's fine, I got all the other ones. And maybe I'll get one of the ones I don't have yet, but we'll see. Wow, thanks. In return, I'm gonna give you this. Grandpa gave it to me. Strawberry dog. I'm not sure what the strawberry dog is. It always sounded interesting. I wish you could actually make these recipes, but unfortunately you can't. And here is the ore mine. Once you go in, you can't come out until 5, or until you run out of strength. But you might find some buried treasure. Yeah. I'm not gonna show all of, the mine, because there's not really, it's the same old. You've seen the digging. The one thing I will say is, you had to get, like, insanely lucky. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to where the hole appears, and it feels like most of the time it just wants to screw with you. Like I've had times where I've almost digged the entire surface of the mine, and I haven't found the hole yet, and it's like, I feel like I have really bad luck when it comes to the mine. I'm not sure if I've ever actually gotten the power berry. There's 2 things left in the mine I want to show. The power berry is one of them. The other one is just kind of a reference or a cameo type. Well, it's more of a reference than it is a cameo. And hello, Stu. Tomorrow, oh no, that's Kent, and it's Stu. Yeah, Thanksgiving Festival is kind of dumb because it's just basically, like waiting for cakes, but I don't know. The one thing I think that with you're married, it changes slightly, because like your wife will give you, cakes at a, I don't know what happens actually, because I don't think I've ever paid attention to that when I'm married. And yeah, really, unless I'm showing the mine, I just basically just got the, oh, hello cutscene. Stupid yawn. Karen, are you okay? What, stupid? I'll try hard, so yeah, that's actually one of the scenes for when Karen is, starting to become friends with Kai, or become married. There's one more after that. I'm still unsure, and I could never find out because I got mixed signals from both of those, whether or not, Kai and Karen get married, even if the vineyard isn't fixed. The thing is, I don't think Kai's affection is high enough. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But that was a cool cutscene to show. Okay, baby's sleeping. Yeah. Screw the baby. I have donuts. May I help you? Thank you. Be careful taking those back. Yes, I love cakes. so yeah, the baker loves cream. But so it's the thing. Again, there's not much to do. It's not really. It's kind of like not a festival. But if you do come in late at night, or not late, but like near some time of the day, cake. Yay! Thank you, honey. I'll do better next time. Please be. It was fine. At least it wasn't a baby. Keep the baby out of the kitchen, Anne. The babies do not need seasoning. But anyway, keep the baby away. No, but yeah. So, yeah, I do apologize if it feels like I'm rushing through winter a little bit with the editing, but, you know, like I said, there's really not much to see otherwise, and it would just be dragging on, you know, forever. Forever. Forever and never. Sounds like a song that, no, I know there's a forever and ever, or however that goes. Oh look, hole. Do you want to go in? Yes. So yeah, you can go really deep into the mine. Like I think like at least 4 floors. But you had to get kind of lucky. That's this. Well, okay, 4 swords. How's this? Well, someone off top, but 4 swords for the DSiWare, that reminds me, has come out. I've been playing it. I know some people have been like, well, it's not as good as 4 Swords Adventure. I understand that. It's actually kind of odd. The one thing I was thinking about was the fact that, you know, people complain about Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, and that, oh, it wasn't as good as the other Fire Emblems, but like it was a pretty good port of an NES game, and considering how inferior the first Fire Emblem is to the other ones, you know, it's awesome baby Harris and Maria. But considering how inferior it is to the other ones, it gave the bakery a more homey feel. Well, that's cool. But considering how much it's, you know, it's inferior, it's a pretty good port. You have to keep in mind that it was a game that was made a long time ago, so of course the other games are going to be better, even when ported, unless you were changing the game extremely. Yay! So Maria has her baby now. That's good. I hope spring comes soon. Hey, that's not related to the baby. You can only talk about the baby. It's a quiet baby, so that helps a lot. Does it have a name? Is it just baby? Name your baby. If someone names their baby baby, that's gotta be like the baby's gonna have a horrible life. Actually, there are people who have like, well, I think it's a nickname like baby something. Yeah, there's But anyway, the first Fire Emblem was, you know, a lot of people didn't like because it was very basic, and the port, they were like complaining about it because they were comparing it to newer games. So with Fire Emblem, with 4 Swords Anniversary Edition, it's definitely made more for the multiplayer, so if you're playing the solo, you're not going to get the experience that was intended, and also a lot of the issues that were in the game were fixed in, you know, 4 Swords Adventure. But the other thing I actually thought about was, I can understand why people feel like comparing old games and feeling that they're not better, because Nintendo makes a lot of old games that are, you know, Super Mario Bros. 3 still holds up today, and actually it's, you know, better than some of the newer stuff too. So it's kind of like, as much as you can say, you know, like with Fire Emblem, well, all the other games are better, and it was very inferior because of certain mechanics, and you could say, well, you know, 4 Sword Zelda, you know, was an experiment in multiplayer, and they did a better job of integrating both multiplayer and single player, and more puzzles and more Zelda aspects in the in 4 Swords Adventure. You know, you can't really blame them because Nintendo does have a history of making, you know, their first goes at something really well done. And oh crap. Oh no, that shouldn't be a big problem. I had the blue power berry, so I shouldn't be able to get sick. Or rather, the power berry that was supposedly had the power of the blue power berry. But if you fall down and you have your head like kind of blackened, that means you might be getting sick in this game, as I think I've mentioned before. But yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting how, like, you know, usually I feel like a lot of times the newer stuff is better. Personally, that's kind of my thought. Like, a lot of times you can with video games at least, not so much with movie sequels. but you can take what was good with the prequel and then improve on it in the sequel a lot of times. You can still have the classics at the original, but it feels like Nintendo does have a lot of good, just first tries. Then again, Super Mario Bros. 3, to be honest, is a sequel too, but... Ooh, another hole. I've never been on the floor 3 before. Let's see if I find anything amazing. Perhaps. I know I'm showing a lot of the mining, but... Hey, you know, at least it's not super fast-paced. And you also get to see the third floor, which looks exactly the same as the second floor. More blue rock. So yeah, the deeper you go down, the more rare stuff you get. And... got an iron ore. No one cares. Oh, okay, this is one of the things I wanted, which is a Kazmidori, which is basically a weather vane, and we can give that to Rick. It's a reference to the first Harvest Moon in that the weather vane kept getting lost. So you can give it to Rick, and he'll, you know, have sentimental values. And you can find it again after you actually give it to him, to be honest. And now, time to go to bed. What? So, I guess there is nothing that will prevent sickness then, because I am sick. Crap. And I have animals to feed. Well, yeah, this is Mimic for Hunter reminding you, crap.